we're continuing with Ben Bug, and I just read the page. Why don't you go ahead and spend a moment and read that? So what is the man going to find when he does get back to his hat? What is he going to find? Yes, he's most likely going to find a hole in his hat, right? Let's see. How do you think he's going to feel? Let's find out here. Ben ran to the nut and hid. Ben is big, but a bug is not as big as a man. So what do you think Ben is feeling here? Maybe he's a little afraid that the man might hurt him, and then he doesn't want to lose the shade of his new his hat hut. The man ran to the hat. The man got his hat, but the hat had a rip in it. See that big hole there? Oh my goodness. Do you think the man's going to keep his hat? What do you think he's going to do? Ben ran and hid. Ben is a sad bug. So talk to your partner about this. Why is Ben sad? The man got Ben and set him on a tin can. The man is not mad. The tin can is not big, but Ben can fit in it. So what did the man do? It looks like the man actually helped Ben out by putting him on the can. Would the can be a good home for a bug? Yeah, he doesn't like to be in the direct sunlight, so I think you're right about that. I think a tin can might be a really good solution here. Let's see. The tin can had a lid. Ben got up on it. It is fun to hop on it. A tin can is not a bad hut. So it becomes his house, right? So let's just go back, and you're going to do this on your own today. We're just going to go back up and look at the sequencing again for this story. So in your own words, what happened at the beginning of the story? So first, how did Ben lose his house to begin with? Does anyone remember? You can always go back through the videos and rewind it. I'm also going to send you a PDF of the book. How did he lose his house? Yes, so the hut got wet, and because of that rain, it turned into mud, and he couldn't fit in it any longer. So that was the initial problem. So first, he lost his house because of the rain. And then what happened in the middle of the story? In the middle, right here in the middle. So he kept looking. What happened is he kept looking for a new hut, and he thought he had solved it when he found the hat. And he couldn't lift the hat up, but he poked a hole in it, and he was able to create a small cut in the hat, and then he that became his home. He had a nut for a bathtub, he had a pea pod for a bed, and he was really cozy. But then what happened? Yeah, the man comes back, and he needs his hat back because of the hot sun. So finally at the end, Ben has a new home. It's like a cylinder. It's a tin can. And that will keep him cool from the sun and hopefully dry in the rain. So in your own words, finish that sequencing sheet. You could either write your own sentences, or you can draw pictures along with the sentences, whatever will help you retell the story. And then spend some time retelling the story to one of your chat partners at home. You could even go back through the book, point to the pictures, and say in your own words what happened to Ben in the story. Okay, have fun. Let's see how you do on the comprehension for Ben Bug. Number 1. Where does Ben live at the beginning of the story? He lives in a mud hut. Number 2. Why does Ben need to get a new home? Because, why? Because it was raining outside and he can no longer fit in his mud hut. Now it's really muddy. Number 3. What does Ben use for a bed? You can always go back and look at the text or think about that. The answer is he uses a pea pod, right? A pod. Number 4. What was wrong with the man's hat? Think about that. Well, Ben cut a hole in the man's hat so he could get inside of it, and he was going to make it his new hut, his new house. But the man wanted the hat back, right? So the problem was there is a large hole in the hat. Number 5. Where does Ben live at the end of the story? Think about that. Talk it out. So Ben ends up living in a tin can, which is just the right size for him. It will keep him cool on a sunny day and hopefully sheltered when it rains. So those are our comprehension questions. Remember, you can always re-watch the videos without the volume, and then you can practice doing your own reading. Great practice.